Welcome back. It's our Thursday edition. It's our Woo Crew edition of On the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio. Brought to you here live on KDIV 98.7 FM. And if you don't get a chance to check us out driving along in your vehicle, go download the free app. You can get it on Android or iPhone. Go to the KDIV 98.7 app and you can take OTH anywhere. But we want to continue on with this Woo Crew thing because it gets real good. Coach Mike Neighbors has some momentum built up, and what better way to add? We're going to welcome AG. Welcome to the Hill.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing real good. How's your day going so far?
It's going great.
Let's talk about you becoming a new Razorback by way of Florida State, by way of Americus Georgia. What were some of the reasons, and what was it that led you to believe Fayetteville, Arkansas University was the best possible place for you to continue on with your collegiate basketball career?
Well, I'm from Georgia, so I really fell in love with the town first. But as soon as I heard that Coach Todd and Coach Davis got there, I was like, I got really open to going to Arkansas because I know they help develop players. So.
Talk about Coach Todd. With Coach Todd being at his former stint at Ole Miss prior to going to Washington with Coach Neighbors, he recruited you out of high school. You know, talk about that relationship and just how much of a factor that truly was.
Well, me and Coach Todd first time talking was when once I asked for my release. I really committed early in Florida State, so I really didn't give other coaches time to communicate with them or have a relationship with them. So once me and Coach Todd first talked about like a month ago, it was like I felt like it was a connection between me and him. And I mean, he's straightforward, and you can tell that he's ready to go, and that's all I need.
AG, when you looked at Coach Mike Neighbors, how much of a factor with just the success he's had with Kelsey Plum, a young lady that went on to be the all-time leading scorer, player of the year, and then subsequently the number one pick in this past WNBA draft? How much of a factor was that when you got a chance to talk with Coach Neighbors?
It was a lot, but the great thing about Coach Neighbors, he never talked about it. He talked about how he was going to develop me instead of about all the success he had. I mean, it's beautiful that he's coming back home so he can change the system, change the organization, and that's cool that he wants me to be a part of it. So,
growing up in Georgia, you play a lot of big-time talent. Now, you were also rated one of the 25 best seniors coming out of that 16 class. And the thing when I asked you when we talked, AG, was you didn't play for any of the big-name AAU programs, so you kind of were like floating under the radar. What was it that you were doing on the summer basketball court and the high school floor that had you so highly thought of when those rankings came out?
I really didn't do much. I was the type of guard that wanted to try new things. I mean, I was hardworking and it shows on the court. So I really didn't, I did a lot of stuff. So that's how I caught coach's eye. Like I did 360 layups and I can dribble real good. So I think that's what kind of got their attention.
You have this air about you in confidence. Is that something that you're looking forward to bringing to the University of Arkansas and kind of being, one of those leaders once you get on the floor in 2018, 2019 for Coach Neighbors?
Yes, sir. I most definitely is. Even though I got this is my fit-out year, I'm looking to impact early, not later. So, yes, sir.
Describe your game. I know you mentioned it briefly, but describe your game when listeners and fans come to Bud Walton Arena. Once you get on the court, what are they going to be seeing in that 40-minute ball game?
I'm quick. I'm a flashy player. I'm a facilitator first, so I like to pass and get my team open before I score. But I'm also a scoring point guard, so I got a high IQ. I can read the defense kind of quickly. So.
AG, what is it that you like to do when you're not playing basketball? And also, second part of that question, coming in, what do you feel real good about, and what are some things you're going to be working on in this pretty much red shirt year here at the university before you get back into Division I basketball play?
So what is it that I want to do? That's what you asked first?
Yeah. What do you do when you're leisure and just relaxing and you're not playing basketball?
I play Sox won. I mean, that's my so that's all with that.
Now, what is it that you're going to be working on? You feel good about right now, and what are you going to be working on in this red shirt year while here at Arkansas?
Me and Coach side. So me and Coach already talked about this. My weakness. So my weakness is kind of like going up with my left hand and tracking. So I'm gonna be working on that, and then being consistent with my mid-range shot and working on the three a little bit.
Now, what is it about the SEC? When you look at Arkansas being in this conference, some seem to think it's the best conference for women's Division I basketball. You look at Mississippi State and South Carolina playing for the national title. Mississippi State knocks off UConn. Was that something that you really looked at as wanting to get into this conference, just to see how you stacked up against what they say the best of the best is?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm ready to play the best of the best. I mean, I'm truly think I fit in that class, in that category of point guard. So, yes, sir.
How much do facilities play a factor? You really, what I asked you several days ago about the facilities here at Arkansas, you spoke real high. Was that something that surprised you once you got to Arkansas, or how did that play into this?
What? Say that again?
The facilities here at Arkansas. When we talked, AG, you were real, like, awestruck. Is that something that caught your attention and also, too, played a factor in you picking this school?
Oh, not much so, but, I mean, it was because I was just more amazed. I said how beautiful it was. I mean, I wasn't looking for it to be, like, that nice. It was like high quality stuff, high quality equipment. I mean, everything. So that kind of made it more so of choosing the school that I wanted to go to.
Who were some of the other schools that reached out to you once it became evident that you were going to be leaving and transferring to a new destination? What are some of the schools that contacted you, AG?
I had a lot that offer, but the ones I took a visit to is Southern Miss, Kansas State, and then Georgia State.
Well, I tell you what, we're talking to Atiana Golden of Americus, Georgia. We won't mention Florida State anymore because you're a Razorback now. So we'll say she's from Americus, Georgia, for those that have just tuned in here on the KDIV 98.7 FM. Could you tell the listeners something that they may not know about you that maybe you'd like to share with the fans?
I like to dance behind closed doors. I ain't gonna show my singing skills yet.
Well, the last question before I let you go, I'm going to make a statement, AG, and you finish it. When basketball is done for Atiana Golden, she'll be doing what?
I either be going into the WNBA or I'm going to broadcasting. So probably go back home to Georgia and do some broadcasting.
Well, we're going to have to get you in here and maybe do some internship because I think we may need a little help with some sports talk. We need a little female voice every now and then. But, AG, thanks for taking time out on the Hill, and you have a blessed rest day. And we look forward to talking with you once you get to the Hill.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right. That was Atiana Golden, former Florida State, by way of Americus, Georgia, new Arkansas Razorback transfer. She's gonna, guys. This young lady's gonna make a huge impact. Her and Chelsea Dungy, and you're talking about Taylor Thomas. You're talking about Raven Northcross Baker. These are four big time players that have the type of skill set that Coach Neighbors in that program are. It's a different brand of basketball. And I'm pretty sure if you're a Lady Razorback or a Razorback fan, you like to go to the women's games, you're really going to be it's going to be an exciting brand. And I think give him a few years, and Mike's going to have this program going. But before we get off, D, real quick, what's your assumption? Your summation of what you've heard from these two young ladies.
Just two young ladies that sound very confident, and just sound like they're ready to work. I like the direction that Mike Neighbors is really taking the team. He's getting players excited. And I was really just glad to hear how the young lady spoke about Coach Neighbors, just speaking on him, not really promoting the past, but really focused on the player. I think as a recruiter, a lot of coaches think it's good to tell them all the accolades that he's done for somebody else. But to me, just being a former player, we like to hear what you can do for us and how you can better our game. And I think it's great how Coach Neighbors is approaching the recruiting game.
Well, This next segment, we're opening up the phone lines like we like to do. This is your time to talk to myself, Demetrius, and the entire OTH gang. And you can do that by calling us, 479-235-2070. That's going to get you in the OTH. We're going to take a quick break, and let's talk a little bit. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDIV 98.7 FM.